Tonight, from shopping centre cave-in to drivers getting stuck in flooded roads, the big wet causes havoc across the southeast. A man falls 15 metres from a balcony trying to get away from two people. A serial armed bandit terrorises workers in an Ipswich robbery spree. Shock attack, a woman mauled by a great white shark. And our exclusive magic carpet ride backstage to new musical Aladdin.
This is 9 News Queensland.
Good evening. Relentless and at times scary. Rain has lashed the southeast, washing away records. Tonight, the real impact of this weather system is starting to be felt, with towns on alert, some even cut off, as rising water breaks from rivers and dams. And let's check in with Luke Radnam on the Gold Coast. Luke, where's the rain now?
Well, Samantha, for the most part it's moved off the coast out to sea, but we're still seeing some patchy rain around the southeast. Believe it or not, behind me is the old road to Mount Tamborine. Certainly no one's going to be crossing here tonight, but we will see some patchy rain continue throughout the course of this evening. If we look at the current radar, you can see a few showers at the moment, only very light though around Ipswich and Darra. I'll be back later, Samantha, with all those details and the full beach and surf report for you as well.
Thanks, Luke. We'll check in with you soon. Now to Ebony Cavallaro at Bowen Hills, where a man's been taken to hospital after falling from a balcony. Ebony, do police know what happened?
Well, Sam, police say that the man climbed over a third-floor balcony of this building here in Bowen Hills. He was trying to escape two people, but he slipped and fell 15 metres to the ground. He's got several injuries, including 2 broken wrists and several broken teeth. Now, there were several witnesses to this incident. It's understood that the man who was fallen lives here in this apartment building, but the other 2 men don't. By the time police got here, those 2 men had fled the scene. Now, police have spent several hours down here this afternoon, both interviewing witnesses and also having a look at any CCTV that might be around the area. Sam, at the moment, this is still very much an active investigation.
Yes, we'll wait for another update. Thank you very much for that. Ebony Cavallaro reporting there. A runaway dog has caused mayhem on the M1, with several cars and a semi-trailer colliding while trying to miss the animal. Traffic was banked up at Merrimack on the Gold Coast as emergency crews cleaned up the mess. Thankfully, no one was injured. 1 year on from their bitter phone call, US President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull have praised their mateship after holding talks at the White House. The PM has thrown his support behind the president on tough new sanctions aimed at ending North Korea's nuclear ambitions. But Mr. Trump again went a step further, also threatening military action. A moving service has been held in Bundaberg to honour the 6 men who died when the fishing trawler Diane sank in rough seas. Family members of the victims today laying flowers and photos on the vessel, which was raised earlier this week. Police have confirmed no human remains were inside the trawler, with only 2 bodies so far recovered. The California parents accused of holding their 13 children captive in the family home have today been slapped with more charges. David and Louise Turpin are fighting accusations of abuse and extreme cruelty, which lasted for years. The Governor of Florida has called for tighter gun laws in the wake of this month's deadly school shooting, including raising the purchase age from 18 to 21. Rick Scott has also flagged placing officers outside every school and giving teachers and students active shooter training. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has slammed the armed deputy stationed outside Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High, saying he did a poor job and didn't have the courage. 18 people have been killed after 2 car bombs exploded in Somali's capital, close to the president's residence. A plume of smoke could be seen billowing into the air after the twin explosions. Islamist group Al-Shabaab has claimed responsibility for the attack. A clear road, a green light, then suddenly this. A skateboarder's disregard for the law almost costs him his life. That's next. The high-powered Aussie invasion fighting to bring US dollars down under. The latest battle facing a global comedy king. And why Google is the answer to owning this floating palace. A skateboarder has had a terrifying close call with a driver, avoiding a collision by just milliseconds. The driver's dash cam footage shows the vehicle approaching a green light when the skateboarder suddenly cuts into the path of the car. Slamming on the brakes, the driver incredibly avoids the skateboarder during the January incident. Come with us later tonight as we take you to a whole new world, your exclusive backstage pass to the Aladdin stage show Spectacular. Our magic carpet ride is coming up shortly. A former footy star ignites a legal battle over a career-ending injury. You'll never believe who he's taking on. That's next. Training intensifies as Commonwealth Games stars are put through their paces. The faces from the past on their mission to become Hollywood's next big thing. And the heroic dads on a suburban pub crawl with a super difference. There were heartwarming scenes at RSPCA shelters across the state today as more than 700 animals found their forever homes. In a bid to clear shelters, four-legged and feathered friends were going cheap at just $29. And if you're in the market for a new family member, the offer is continuing through until tomorrow afternoon. Already, more than 900 pets have found new owners. It's the hairstyle that time forgot, but today a little Aussie town was transported back to the 80s. The first ever Mullet Fest has today been held, with 154 entrants showing off their best party in the back, business at the front do. The winner not only got bragging rights to having the best hair in the country, they'll also get to meet the most famous mullet of all time, Billy Ray Cyrus. Coming up in sport, the Broncos survive an early scare in PNG as the Cowboys rain on the Storm's parade, but injuries bite both sides. Plus, was a Red Star ripped off during their massive loss to the Rebels?
And as we continue to deal with the runoff from today's rain, more heading our way tomorrow. All the details with the full beach and surf report for you coming up soon.
After school care centres at breaking point.
I was really quite shocked, to be honest.
Why more than half of Aussie families say the system is broken. Now we fight to fix it. Plus, an Oprah Winfrey Today Show exclusive. Find out what the most powerful woman in the world revealed only to us. Next week on Today.
Jonathan Uptin has been reinstated as the king of clutch moments after he guided the Cowboys to a thrilling come-from-behind win over the Storm in horrendous conditions at Suncorp Stadium. But last night's testimonial match has thrown a spanner in the works for round one, with several stars injured. The Broncos overcame a shaky first half against the PNG Hunters, producing 3 late tries in 10 minutes to win 26-12 in Port Moresby. Meanwhile, the Titans completed their build-up to the season with a tough tussle against the Warriors on the Sunshine Coast. Ash Taylor showed glimpses of what fans can expect from him in 2018, scoring a great solo try. Sam, certainly a big 2 weeks for the Aussies. Just a shame we couldn't bring home a few more medals.
It is, yeah, saving up for the Commonwealth Games. Thanks, Dom. A new fantastic point of view coming up next. We take you on an exclusive magic carpet ride backstage at Aladdin the Musical. From the stars to the stage, we'll give you a sneak peek at the show, promising to be a stage spectacular. Also ahead, the latest on this wet weather. Luke, another wet weekend ahead.
It sure is, Samantha. Showers for the start of the week, but a beautiful day on the way with plenty of sunshine for the first day of autumn. All the details with the full weather and beach and surf report for you coming up next.
Brisbane theatre lovers are preparing to enter a whole new world as the curtains are finally raised for Aladdin the Musical. But before it premieres at QPAC tonight, we went backstage to discover the true wonder of this stage show spectacular. Time now for the all-important weather forecast with Luke. How much rain are we expecting tomorrow?
Well, Samantha, nowhere near as much as what we've seen around the southeast in the last 24 hours. Most of us copped around 85 millimetres, but today most of the rain was right here on the Gold Coast. To give you an indication of just how much we've had, our average monthly rainfall here on the coast is about 160 millimetres for February. We've had more than that fall in the last 24 hours at the Southport Seaway. Springbrook took out the title of the wettest place in southeast Queensland, 215 millimetres. And looking ahead, heavy rain expected for Monday Friday, a shower or two for the rest of the week, but it should clear up for Thursday. And here on the Gold Coast, the week ahead looks this way. Showers for Monday and Tuesday, but clearing up and temps getting back up to 30 degrees. Let's check out the beaches. And Samantha, it will be nice here on the Gold Coast to see a little bit of sunshine tomorrow, and a quick hello to all the nippers from our surf clubs around the state. For most surf clubs, it's the final nippers day of the season tomorrow.
Thanks very much for that, Luke. That's 9 News for this Saturday. Thank you very much for your company. I'm Samantha Heathwood from the entire team. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.